Hammers, build your body and your bank. Check out how to earn 10K per month plus with my business intelligence, finance technology, consultant training accelerator program. Link in the description. Hey, what is going on, Hammer Squad? All right, welcome back. It is that time again. It is that time to go for a workout. Now, it's 12:20, which isn't too late. Still pretty late. It's not like 2 a.m. workout. And I am one day late on my workout. So you know what? I think I'm going to talk about a topic, which is how to handle the periods of training when you're going through a really busy project. Like, for example, for me, a project that I've been working on for a full year, more like a year and a half. It's like the final critical 10-day period for it. And what's happening is, instead of going to gym every other day, I've been going every other day. So I'll share with you guys how I process this, but pretty much through lots of experimentation, I know I need to go every other to make proper gains. And I'm going every other day. So what does that mean? Well, I also know that you can wait up to 2 weeks before you start losing real muscle that you built up. So on the one side, I'm not going to lose my gains unless I don't go for 2 whole weeks. On the other side, I'm not going to make proper gains unless I go every other day, which I'm not doing. So sometimes the reality of the situation is to stay in this game long term, sometimes you have to do this, which to be honest kind of pains me a little bit to say, because in the first year and the second year of my workout, I was the person who was like, I will go every single day, 7 days, and I kept that schedule up for a year. So the fact, including, I'm sure there was busy periods as well, which I don't remember now. All I remember is I kept it up. So to switch to every other day, it's kind of a little disappointing. However, there's two techniques to stay in the game long term. So I'm on my third year, going to fourth year. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you go every other day and you still preserve the gains and you still get really nice pumps. And when the busy period is over, you go right back to the normal schedule. So that is the plan for me. And today's workout is going to be legs. And I've split legs into 2 workouts. So every leg workout, I alternate between high load and high volume. So today is high volume, which actually isn't, it's a lot of hack squats with 45-pound plate, but I'm not putting on a lot of weight. I'm doing 20 reps for 6 sets after pre-exhaustion work. It's actually not too bad. And what I want to do is I want to make sure I have a proper workout. So let's see. Let's talk some numbers first. So I always track my numbers in my focus tracker. I'll share it with you guys one of these days. But pretty much I go home after the workout, or I write it on my phone in the morning. I load it up and I count the number of sets I did and I put it into my spreadsheet. And this allows me to check. I've been doing it for over 3-4 years now. So I know my numbers by quarter, how many sets by quarter, how much focusing I've done by quarter, how much. So 3 things I track: number of sets, number of focus hours, and number of minutes read. And I know it by quarter. So I know last week I did 88 sets, which is pretty good. But the 2 weeks before that, I was averaging 120 sets a week. And before that was 100 sets. So 100 sets a week is really my sweet spot. Anything more is bonus. Sometimes I'm motivated. I just go ham and do a lot of volume and a lot of intensity and all that. But right now it is Tuesday night and I didn't work out Sunday, I didn't work out Monday, and it's Tuesday. So I'm going to be focusing on trying to get to at least 70 sets by the end of the week. That would be ideal. If not, if I'm, in really crunch time mode, every other day is still manageable. To be honest, I did not want to get off my computer. I wanted to continue with my work. I'm creating something called a video sales letter, and it is a lot of work. I've probably put over 100 hours into this video sales letter. There's a lot of components. You have to explain every part of, well, for me, it's the training program properly. You have to demo the product in it. I create a custom PPM software. There's many screens and all of that. So to get all of that in one place, first I was just tackling it on my own. Then I hired some help. I hired some virtual assistants, and you have to dish out the work. You have to examine the works going. So all of that, I've just been in knee deep, full on, locked in, focus mode, trying to launch this before September 20th, my cutoff date. And it's a project that's been going for a year and a half. So I did not want to get off. I've been averaging 12-hour days for over, a week now, 2 weeks now, more than that. And there's something about a deadline. Like once you finally have a crystallized deadline, I don't know what it is, but the pressure just makes you lock right in. And when I started this project, I had a lot of capital on hand. There wasn't really any rush for me. I had over 50K on hand for this project. So I was working out of my car. I was working in Tim Hortons parking lots. And what I would do was I would be on my laptop. I'd buy coffee. I'd go through the drive-through 5, 6 times, and I'd work casually. And the time passed, and well, it's time to launch. So now I have to evaluate how to make sure my business priorities are not missed, but at the same time, I'm still working towards my 180 pound, 8% goal. So I think I will likely be entering a maintenance phase where I work out every other day for maybe a week or so, but that's part of the technique. If you're trying to stay in the game long term, if you're like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years into it, then I think it's viable every now and then. Otherwise, you're forced to decide either between your workouts or your primary business activity. I don't know. It could be whatever for you, right? It could be maybe it's a school exam, a critical family function like a wedding or a work event or whatever, something critical after a year of waiting. It's finally coming together and you're busy and you have to decide. So that's the technique. Every other day. Now, I will be focusing on making sure I have a proper workout. So I may not have been here for 2 days, but one thing that is under my control now is to make sure that I go for a proper workout. So what I'm going to do is, even though it's leg day, I'm going to do my pull-ups in the beginning just so I get a bit of upper body work since I haven't been here for 2 days. I'll do my accessory works like calves, then I'll do my legs. I'll do it all properly. So even though I haven't been here for a couple of days, at least it'll be a nice, proper, hard workout. That is under my control. That I can do. Now, the other thing is, one part of this is the sport aspect, which I enjoy, the bodybuilding aspect, treating it like a sport. Well, the primary reason is really you should be doing it for focus. When you exercise, it raises your natural dopamine level. And dopamine is a precursor to focus. Dopamine is used for focus and movement. So you kind of need good movement or good exercise to be in your best condition to focus. So really, if I'm going more than 2 days without exercise, my focus is not going to be there that I need to do my 12-hour days. So you can't really use it as a trick. You can't just skip exercise altogether. It's going to work against my favor and it's just not a good strategy. So 2 days at the most, I just have to stop and come have a proper workout and then I can resume my activities. So that's going to be my rant for today. We're going to go in there, we're going to blast legs, and I will see you guys inside. All right, so we're going to warm up with side laterals, 10 pounds, 30 reps. This is the Cutler warm-up. I probably saw this, I don't know, years ago, and pretty good warm-up. Just a nice quick 30-pound side laterals. And now I'm going to do some pull-ups to failure with partial reps. So my goal here is nice, clean rep, not to rush them too much and do them properly with full stretch, full range of motion. Okay, so the first is an ignition set, and I'm not going to use a lot of weight, but I do want a good stretch at the bottom. So I'm going to do about 20 reps. And then after this will be a multi-level drop set. So right here at the bottom, I want a full stretch. Okay, they are getting fatigued now, so I'm going to do half reps and then quarter reps. Okay, after this, it's going to be about a 1 minute break. And instead of 50 pounds, I'm going to go from 100. I'm going to work it down like a 5-level drop set. I like these mini bounces at the end. They really burn. All right, that first set felt pretty good. So the second one, I'm going to do a 5-level drop set. And then this one set, I'm going to really try to get them fully exhausted. I'm starting off at about 110 pounds. And it feels pretty heavy. So I'm going to go for the full stretch. And drop set. I'm just going down by one plate, so the minimal increment. And this is pretty heavy, so I can't really quite get it up, so I'm gonna go down by 2 increments. I'm gonna start there. Okay, that was 2 good reps, and the rest are gonna be partials. So these like quarter reps, they really do burn, and because they're at the full stretch position, they actually work really nice. Yeah, so this is the last level of the drop set, so I'm gonna do as many of these as I can, the little ones. I have to say, even with the 2-day break, it looks pretty good. I don't think I've actually gone backwards, which is nice to see. All right, those standing calf raises felt really good. Got calves nice and exhausted. Okay, so next is seated leg extensions. And the first set is gonna be a ignition set, about 20 reps. And the next 2 sets will be supersets with partial reps. Okay, so first I'm gonna warm up with 44 pounds. I'm gonna make sure it is on, the settings for this machine are on the position that'll give me the most stretch. What I mean by that is take my ankles closest backwards would be the most stretch, is the position I'm looking for. Okay, so that's the ignition set. And now from here, I'm going to go to 66 pounds for the next 2 sets. Okay, so this is working set number 1, and I'm going to go for 36 reps plus 16 partials, and I'm going to use rest pauses as needed. When it burns a lot, I'll just take a 3-second pause to make sure I hit my 36 reps. All right, so this is the working set number 2. I'm going to go for 26 reps plus 16 partials with a rest pause as needed. That's 14. 12 more. Six more. Two more in partials. Okay, so the first set is going to be 20 reps ignition set. I'm going for full range of motion. That's my... Okay, so for the working set, I'm gonna do 2 plates, and then I'm gonna superset it by removing one at the end, and I'm going for 20 reps with the 2 plates, and then superset, or I should say drop set. Okay, I'm putting my feet in a duck stance position. So all this is pre-exhaustion work for the hack squats. So that's 20 plus 10. All right, legs are starting to feel really good. They're burning. That 20 reps with the 2 plates on the leg press, that actually hit them quite nice. So all that was pre-exhaustion work for the hack squats. And next we're gonna do hack squats. We actually might do pendulum squats, which is over there. I've never done them before, but I was trying them without weight and they feel really good. If not, then the hack squat machine is there, right there. I like that machine because Platz does it, but maybe we'll try pendulum squat. Okay, so this is my first time with pendulum squats. I did try it without weights before this, and the range of motion is like really insane. So I'm gonna try this machine out. Let's see how it goes. Eight more. Okay, those are definitely tougher than hack squat. The range of motion is really good, but I think I'll switch to hack squats for now. I feel it in my lower back, like muscle fatigue, not in a bad sense, but maybe I'll experiment with it later. But range of motion on that machine is absolutely insane. All right, set number 2, switching to hack squats, 20 reps. Today's the high volume day. I'm making sure my feet are in a Y position, called the duck stance. 10 more. Right, set number 3, 20 reps. These sort of suck because they're high volume, but once you're done, you feel really good. Five more. I feel the quads really burning now, so these rest pauses help, and then I'll just do 2 more. I mean, I'll do them 2 at a time to get to 20. I call it nickels and dimes. So I got 3 more to go. All right, set number 4, another 20. So I do take a 5 to 10 second rest pause as needed, and it is needed. I know it's just 45-pound plate, but yeah, that's how I get through them. And the legs feel fantastic. It gets to the point where it's really burning, and you take a rest pause, and you bring it right back there where it's really burning. It just stays in that zone where it's just intense for the muscle. So I have 2 left, and I've been taking 2 minutes and 30-second rest period. But for the last 2, I'm going to change it to 3 minutes, and then after that, I'm done. All right, 2 more. Set 5 and 6. The trick to these last 2 sets is to not think. That's how I do it. Just try not to think. Because by now the legs are like proper burning. So you just turn off your thoughts and do them 5 at a time, 2 at a time, 1 at a time, and get to 20. I go on 1 knee at a time to reduce the burning, on 1 leg at a time as a rest pause. 5 more left. All right. The last set. Here it goes. Heels together. My legs are 45 degrees out. The duck stance. I'm making sure my heels are right under me, so I'm making a straight line. And then I raise my heels as I go down a little bit. Five more. Two more. All right, sweet. That was fairly difficult. More difficult than it usually is. But I got it done. Excellent. And I have a proper pump. So we're going to go check out the pump and that'll conclude the workout. All right. Let's start with an upper body pump check. I know it's not upper body day, but let's start here. Feels pretty good. Even working out legs feels pretty good in the upper body. Maybe I'll hit a back double by. See if those pull-ups have been doing anything. All right, let's check out that leg pump. Now, bear with me. These are hard for me to pose because I'm not trying to put my crotch on YouTube, but let's give it a shot. I might have to zoom in on the quads. All right, that's how the quads are looking. You know, in the mirror, I can actually see a bit of diagonal feathering. Just me, but it's down in there. I think I'd have to get my body fat a little bit lower. All right, Hammer Squad. Thanks for joining me. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and it took me 2 days to make it back to the gym. Instead of every other day, I went every other day. But now that I finished, it feels absolutely fantastic. So I made it here, even though I'm in the middle of working 12-hour days. So I would say it's definitely worth it. Even if you're busy, try to go every other day, or I mean every other day at the latest. But that's it for today. Next time we will do chest and back, and I will see you guys then. Hey there, Hassan here. Do you want a copy of this tracking sheet? Gamify your progress and level up. It's exactly what I used. Just click the link in the description for your free copy. All right. Some parting thoughts. So that workout took me an hour and a half, and it used to take me an hour. So that means I'd like to cut some volume. So why did that happen? How did the workout creep from an hour to an hour and a half? And is it acceptable to do an hour and a half workouts? And I think I'm going to shorten it. The reason being, there's professionals like Dorian Yates who get their workout done in 45 minutes. So if I'm taking twice as long, I think it needs modifications. I think that's grounds for modifying the workout. So, of course, Dorian Yates was a professional who's enhanced, competing at the Mr. Olympia level, and I'm training naturally with a lot less mass and so on. So it's not going to be a one-to-one transfer, but I still think the workout is too long if it goes to an hour and a half. Ideally, it should be just an hour. Hour and 10 minutes if I'm doing accessory work. So that's what I'm gonna aim for. And why did this happen? Well, I added calf work in there. And calf work doesn't seem like a lot. It's one ignition set and then one working set. But that takes about 10 minutes because the ignition set is like higher than 12 reps, and it has static holds at the stretch position when the heels are closest to the ground, and it also has partial reps and these mini little partial reps on top of the partial reps at the end. It really fries the calves, so that is how I want to train them, but that's what added to the workout length. And also, I like doing a set of pull-ups when I get in there. Kind of wakes me up, kind of gets me ready to go, one set of pull-ups to failure. And I like pull-ups. So even though it's not a lower body exercise and I'm doing it on a lower body day, there's something to be said about when the workout is enjoyable. So you kind of have to have a flavor of doing what you want. And I think I will do pull-ups when I get in there just because I like it. So that is to say that if I leave the rest of the workout as is, it'll turn into an hour and a half. So I'm going to cut the workout down, and I'm going to cut it down by removing the parts that go towards unnecessary volume or junk volume, as they call it on YouTube lingo. And I'm not going to touch the hack squats because I used to do 9 sets and I already reduced it to 6. So I'm not going to touch those. 20 reps of hack squats is the bread and butter. I'm going to definitely keep those. They're hard to do, but that's how I got my legs to grow. I'm not changing those. In fact, I used to do 9 sets. I already changed it to 6. What I am going to change is on the leg extensions. After one ignition set, I'm going to just do one working set, which is the 36 full reps plus 16 half reps. And that's how Dorian Yates does it. He does an exhaustion set, and then one set he just goes all out, which kind of allows you to go all out on that one set instead of having to worry about multiple sets. So the second set of leg extensions is going to get removed. The superset with the drop set and the partial reps with the rest pauses, all of that. The second set is gone. In the first set, I'll just raise the intensity. So that saves me some time there. And on the leg press after the leg extensions, I do an ignition set and then I do a superset with the heavier weight. And honestly, I don't think I need the first ignition set because my legs are already warmed up from the leg extension. So the first ignition set with the 20 reps with the 45-pound and 45-pound plate, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to jump straight into the double 45-pound plates on both sides. 20 reps, full range of motion, do the drop set, remove a 45-pound plate on either side, and then do 10 more reps. So I'm going to keep that, and then I'll do the hack squat. So that'll be the bulk of the leg workout, the accessory work with the calves, the ignition set with the leg extensions, with the superset of one working set of leg extensions after that, the partials and the rest pauses and all that in the second working set. Then one working set of high range of motion leg press with the drop set, and then 6 sets of hack squats, 20 reps, all the way up, all the way down, Tom Platz style, with the 45-degree angle duck feet, keeping the heels right below you, going up and straight down as he does it. And you have to see him do it. It's absolutely beautiful. The way he does it is just fantastic. So The pendulum squats are really nice too. They actually hurt a lot more than hack squats, but Tom Platz does hack squats, so I'm going to do hack squats. I like Tom Platz, so I'm just going to do what he does. And but yeah, pendulum squats are also good. It's just I think most gyms don't have pendulum squats. Most gyms barely have hack squats, so it's a specialized machine. Maybe I'll do it every now and then. And lastly, that's the bulk of the parting thoughts. And lastly, I was watching a YouTube short this morning with Chris Williamson and Sam Sulek. The inspiration behind this whole channel is Sam Sulek. I'm copying his exact format. He does the car talk, he goes to the gym, he does his workout, and then he does his pump check at the end. The only thing I added is my progressive overload log, but everything is inspired by Sam Sulek. Now, I do like, the big hitters of fitness on YouTube, like Jeff Nippard, Athlean X, Renaissance Periodization, and even Coach Greg, the crazy dude, always hating on people, but I like all of their philosophies. Now, this morning, the YouTube shorts, Sam Sulek said how science-based training, although valid, it needs to consider individual response. And if you take the lens that science-based training will give you 100% correct method, then it will lead you down the wrong path, even if you're going through all of the journal articles. And I do agree with him there, because I followed the philosophy of leave 3 reps in reserve, the zero RIR principle from journal articles, and load up the volume for hypertrophy, and I absolutely did not grow. My body did not respond. And they say all this stuff about frying your central nervous system and all of that does not work for me. I tried it. Working out became unfun. I wasn't progressing. What works for me is intensity-based training, all of the stuff that I promote on this channel, supersets, drop sets, partial reps, static holds, rest pauses. All of that works for me. So it's nice to see Sam Sulek go over that and point out the nuance. And that'll conclude it for the parting thoughts, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I want to catch up on workouts. I've been behind for chest and back. I'll see you guys then.